See? Good evening, and welcome to the war, the information war. I'm DLAKE for PREZ, David Lake of TheMediaSpeaks.com. Tonight, I have a very special guest. You might know him as the Doctor of Common Sense, the Junkyard Dog, the Pistol Whipper himself, Mr. E.T. Williams! Alright. E.T., how's it going?
It's going great, David. How you doing tonight?
We're doing better when I can turn this down. That crazy jungle music, E.T., I'm sorry.
Hey, everybody to each his own.
And I'll pump it up. And E.T., Barack Obama this week wants us, tells his voters just to shut up about Benghazi and Obamacare. So I think that's pretty much how we should start the show, by talking about those things, because, you know, Barack Obama doesn't want us to talk about that.
Hey, you know, brother, I tell people I don't know how anybody could be fooled by an imposter like Barack Obama. Of course he's going to tell the American people to shut up. He's been telling them to shut up for the last 5-6 years. I tried to warn everybody, David, before the last election. I said, if you elect Barack Obama again, you're going to live to regret it, because he's going to become more stiff-necked, more arrogant, violate more of your damn rights. I mean, this is what he does. I mean, I don't know if we didn't learn anything from when he was the senator down there. You remember when he was going to those bathhouses down there being bent over, right? That's one of his favorite pastimes. They asked Barack Obama, what do you like to do? I mean,
E.T., wait a second there. You're saying I was at the bathhouses, E.T.? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
That's where you were at, Barack. You remember when you was riding the limousine with Mr. Sinclair?
Mr. Larry Sinclair?
Yeah, when he went down and performed a little aura on you. You remember that deal?
For crack cocaine? Oh, wait a second. For crack?
For crack, yeah. You remember he served you up in the limousine, right?
Oh man, E.T., that's too much for me to handle, man. You're telling me the president's gay?
I tried to tell people this a while. When Mr. Goddamn himself, I call Jeremiah Wright Mr. Goddamn American. When Mr. Goddamn American, you know, that's Barack Obama's pimp, by the way. People don't realize that Barack Obama has a pimp. Everybody think it's George Soros, but technically it's Mr. Goddamn Mr. Jeremiah Wright himself. Now, he was pimping Barack Obama back in the day, you know, before he got with Michelle. Barack Obama, doesn't he love more than getting a stiff one up the behind? That's what he does as a pastime. In his hobbies, they said, as a matter of fact, Barack Obama used to, when he filled out applications, now he never had a job, but he filled out several applications before. And in the application, they said, what do you like to do as your hobbies? And he would put down, I like to get bent over and a stiff one rammed up me. That's what he did as his pastime hobbies, you know. And people always tell me, David, they say, why do you make so much fun of the president?
What about showing proof of identity and where you came from? I mean, when he's a senator, in his books, it's published that he's the Kenyan-born senator there in Illinois. But check this out, E.T. Let's talk about the things that Barack, Mr. Bend Me Over, doesn't want to talk about today. Benghazi and Obamacare. Where were you 9/11, 2012, and what was your reporting like? Because, okay, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. E.T. Williams is a huge internet star. He's all over YouTube and various websites. You can check him out. Just put in E.T. Williams, the Doctor of Common Sense. You're going to come up with all kinds of stuff. Check out his radio show on Blog Talk Nation, Common Sense Nation there, or Blog Talk Radio, Common Sense Nation. And E.T., where were you with the whole Benghazi thing, and where are you now?
Well, see, from the very first, this is the part that gets me, David. When they attacked us on 9/11. Now, the operative word here is they attacked us on 9/11. Mm-hmm. Now, what idiot comes up with a solution that the reason they was attacking us because they was having a protest because of some obscure video on YouTube. It was on 9/11.
No one in Libya saw.
See, you don't even have to be a rocket science. You don't have to be Columbo to figure this out. They attacked us on 9/11. Now, anybody with any lick of common sense would have knew Susan Rice from the very first time she said it. I said she was lying. They attacked us on 9/11. They don't even have internet over there in some of these Middle Eastern countries. In Libya,
Yeah, no one in Libya, no one over there saw the video.
Nobody saw the damn video. They don't even have internet. They don't got running water over there. They wipe their asses with their hands. I mean, how did they?
Gaddafi had just been assassinated. Benghazi is in Libya, where Gaddafi was assassinated and drugged through the streets naked, and things put up his butt and choked to death and just dead and killed and just jacked up his dead body. Drug it all through the streets. We saw plenty of pictures of that. We also saw a bunch of pictures of Christopher Stevens, the U.S. ambassador, being similarly drugged through the streets, and there's pictures where you see the guys doing it, and a lady says, oh, he died from the fire. Oh, did he? Is that why it looks like he's still alive when he's being drugged away by people?
See,
anyways, and E.T., can you address this? Susan Rice, who was the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, what kind of clearance and official position did she have on September 16th when she went on all the Sunday shows that are big news now because of the emails that are coming out of the White House that said the talking points came from the White House that says you'll go on these Sunday shows, blame innocence of the Muslims, a YouTube video, and don't worry, we arrested the guy for being a con artist on some other charges. Don't worry, he's locked up. It's taken care of. And now it's coming out that they put that stuff out like the day of, like on 9/11. They said, oh, there's this radical. They contacted YouTube, and they're trying to get to the bottom of it in this investigation with Trey Gowdy. That's coming up, right, E.T.?
You're absolutely right. I mean, there's so many layers of lies.
Oh, well, here's a big, gigantic. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. This is like the one topic that gets me the most hyped up, E.T. And you better not be falling asleep on me, man. You better be getting hyped up. I want to hear from you on this. When Susan Rice went on those Sunday shows on the 16th, on the 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th, I was already saying that the YouTube video was a piece of garbage, quoting counterterrorism experts like Matt Olson from the CIA that said it looked like it was a Al-Qaeda terrorist attack. Then on Sunday, she goes on 5 Sunday talk shows, the mainstream media, because she filled in for Hillary Clinton, who all of a sudden got a stomachache and said, oh, I don't think I can recite this YouTube nonsense and garbage. Susan Rice, why don't you go ahead and then get promoted to the National Security Advisor of the United States of America? E.T., what do you think?
Well, see, this is my whole thing on it. First of all, Susan Rice, she went on the show. Susan Rice has already admitted that she don't even like going on Sunday shows. She said this is the worst venue that she hates to do is the Sunday shows. But then she's systematic. This is the thing that gets me. They didn't consult any of the people who were on the ground over in Benghazi who already had told them they didn't see any protests. They also talked to the president of Libya. He told them it was a terrorist attack either that night or the day after. They already knew all the talking points. They knew damn well there was nobody who had told them that it was based on some obscure video, but they went with the talking points anyway. Now, this is what you need to tell yourself. The president of the United States, along with Susan Rice and Hillary Clinton, and all these generals, many of these generals went along with this. All these people systematically lied to the American people. Now, you have to ask yourself this question, David. Why in the hell would the president, Hillary Clinton, Susan Rice, and all these people lie about covering up Benghazi unless they had something else to hide?
Well,
now,
excuse me there, A.T. That's an easy question to answer because I was up for re-election, and we can't talk about that during my re-election.
Well,
I'm Barack Obama.
You're absolutely right, Mr. Bend Me Over. You were up for re-election, and I'd like to know what you were doing the night of. You and Reggie Love. Reggie Love was at the White House, wasn't he?
Yeah. You need to shut up about Benghazi out there, E.T., because and Trey Gowdy wants to know where I was, and now there's a new select committee that wants to know where I was for those 8 to 10 hours before I went to a fundraiser the next day. That's what I did.
Are you planning on resigning anytime soon, Mr. President?
Oh, okay. E.T., all of a sudden, this is turning into an interview, huh?
Yeah, that's what I want to know if you're going to resign anytime.
Wait, let me put on my smiley face. Okay, now I'm ready. What was your question,
Have anybody ever told you was a fraud, Mr. Obama?
And now you hold it right there. I'm no kind of fraud at all. Well, I've heard that.
I think Michelle is twice the man you are.
Oh, hey, we're between two Ferns here, E.T.
Yeah, I see
between two Ferns. You know? I go on those shows. And this week, if you read the headlines at the that stupid Drudge Report website, yeah, I'm all about sports this week. Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about. Yeah, I'm a big sports fan.
I don't blame you, Mr. President. If I were you, I would make sure that I talk about sports too, because then where you embarrass, you can't talk about the economy, you can't talk about international law, you can't talk about anything has something to do besides the homosexual agenda. You can't talk about Benghazi, you can't talk about the economy. How about the Alaskan pipeline? I mean, that pipeline going to Canada. Can we get that thing built? That's gonna be a no then, I guess, huh? You want to stimulate the economy?
Present? Can I just hit the present button? I was here.
Hey, Mr. President, I got one more question I'd like to ask you, though, Mr. President. I was wondering, though. I mean, I've been always wanting to ask you this question right here, Mr. President. Could you please tell me what you have done to better the country since you've been the president?
Well, that's a tough one.
Yeah, it is.
That's a tough one, man. That's why I like to choose my own media. I don't like these tough questions, ET. Okay?
I don't blame you, Mr. President. If I was you, I would just resign. By the way, where were you born at?
Oh, you left. Oh, okay. ET, it looks like the president is gone. But he did mention that what he would really like to talk about is racism in this country. And if you're listening on audio, I'd just like to point out to you, just listening, if you can't see, E.T. is black. He's a black guy. And I'm a white guy.
I got a tan.
You're a tan white guy?
Yeah, I'm a tan white guy. I'm like Barack Obama.
It's hard to tell on YouTube. I've never met you in real life. On YouTube, you look like a black guy.
Well, see, Barack Obama looks like a black guy too, doesn't he?
He looks half black.
Yeah, but but
where do you stand on racism in this country? And I mean, don't you think we should focus on that and just talk all about that? And what if my grandfather at Thanksgiving makes an off-color joke, like a joke I saw posted on your page the other day? Hey, E.T., how do you get a one-armed Pollock out of a tree?
How you do that?
Wave at him.
Hey.
Should you call Michelle right now and tattle on me for that off-color joke about Pollocks?
Michelle just turned Barackian. I don't know what you're talking about because she said you need to snitch on your family members. So if Grandpa is getting out of line with these jokes, you rough Grandpa up. I don't care if he has Alzheimer's. Michelle said he needs the hell beat out of him, and you need to turn Grandpa in. So what do you think about that? I think you should get
I think you need to be immediately reported to the authorities, E.T. No, check out my screen share here because, like I said, I'm a big fan follower of Mr. E.T. Williams. Look at all these videos. He's got just almost 50,000 subscribers and almost 3,000 videos, and he puts out just like 2-3 videos a day. He's slowing down lately, he tells me. He's only putting out like 4 a day and doing his radio show every week on Blog Talk. But yeah, you said Michelle Obama says snitch on racist family members. You're asking what the hell is wrong with America? Insane Negroes, NAACP, fighting for more black babies to be killed? Black abortions? Talk about that. Get into that.
Dead. Can you? But they're the National Advancement of Colored People. They still call themselves colored, by the way.
Oh, the coloreds?
Colored.
I'm joined today by E.T., a colored person.
See, that's so racist for them to call themselves colored. I think we need to get Al Sharpton on the NAACP.
Well, check this out, E.T. My drinking fountain is over here. Your restaurant and everything is over there. I mean, are we trying to get back to that? Is that what they're going for?
It's exactly what they're going for.
Let's talk about racism in sports. Let's talk about Donald Sterling and Michael Sam and the homosexuality of America. And my question here is, E.T., why does Oprah pop up 2 days after both these stories broke? A day or two after Donald Sterling, she wants to buy the Clippers. A day or two after Michael Sam gets drafted to the Rams in St. Louis, right? she already had him signed for a reality docu-series.
Yeah. Well, see, two things with Oprah Winfrey. Like I told everybody this right here. I think Donald Sterling is a damn racist. I think he's an ignorant bastard. I don't think he has any sickness about him. I told the conservatives, I said, I bash Donald Sterling because I believe he is a damn racist. Some of the things he said, he just went on and on with it. But people like Oprah always jump on the bandwagon when it has something to do with race. Now, Oprah wants you to believe that people are being racist towards her and she's a damn billionaire. So if they are being racist toward Oprah, hell, Oprah have you bumped off if she really wanted to. She's a fucking billionaire, you know? So I don't know how in the world that she can say that people are being racist towards her. Another thing is,
yeah, I mean, she's like gigantic with all this power, but she has a tale of racism about how they wouldn't show her the shoes or the purse or whatever over there in like some European country right before her movie The Butler comes out. Oh, what a coincidence!
Yeah, it's a coincidence. But not only that, right there, people don't remember that. Oh, now Oprah was going through something with her mother-in-law. You know, she hates her mother-in-law, by the way. And Oprah was using racial slurs towards her own father and her mother. She was calling them Negroes. Whenever they would come visit Oprah, people don't know this. Whenever they would come visit Oprah Winfrey, she would barely let them sleep in her house. She thought she was too good for these blacks to sleep in her house because they were more poor. This is her own father and her mother-in-law. When they would actually come to one of her Indiana houses, guess what Oprah would scream out to them? Negroes in the house. Negroes in the house. This is Oprah now.
The Negroes are here. The Negroes are here.
Yeah, that's what she would say to her own father and mother-in-law. Now, you know she told her mother-in-law, she said, bitch, you got to get out my house. Because her father and the mother-in-law went through. Oprah had everything in her name. Oprah don't put anything in nobody's name but hers. So when she got mad at her father and her mother-in-law, the father had
island, houses, everything.
Everything, the car and everything. He's got a car now, but it's all in Oprah's name. So whenever she gets mad at, she just takes her crap back. So when they got ready for them to get a divorce, she told Oprah told the mother-in-law told the father, you go against her and let that house that she had in her own name, you let it foreclose on. Oprah went in and bought the house back and said, bitch, you got to get out my house. This is Oprah now. She plays all nice on TV, but Oprah is one ruthless, cold-blooded heifer, man. She will absolutely go for the judgment. Hey, and she will play the race card when it's convenient. Whenever it's convenient,
oh,
yeah. The race card.
Yeah.
But that's who Oprah is.
One bit. What is this black-white team-up? What is this lethal weapon here? This is Riggs and Murtaugh.
Hey, and the whole thing with this Michael Sam,
yeah.
Why shouldn't he get a show? Barack Obama got the Nobel Peace Prize.
Whoa. Oprah had she had him signed up for a documentary series while he was waiting for the phone call to get accepted by the NFL. Then he gets the NFL, but failed to disclose that he had a contract with Oprah, and then they just shelf it and drop it and say nothing to see here. Is that what happened?
And you think the NFL is going to say something about it, so they don't want to be called homophobic, you know? So the NFL can't say nothing about it. The only reason you don't want him having a show because you're homophobic. Even though he ain't done a damn thing. He ain't even made the team yet. But they can't cut him now, David, because if they cut him, they're going to be called homophobic.
Oh, but E.T., he's going to be the Jackie Robinson of the gays. He's going to be like the first gay. That's just like... Hey, well, let me tell you this, E.T. There's no way he's the first homosexual in the NFL. That's all I can tell you.
No, but this is what they say. He said he's the first openly gay guy because you guys were so mean and nasty towards him. The other ones wouldn't come out the closet. Hey, he can make the cheerleading sport if he don't make it as a football player. Maybe he can be captain of the cheerleader team.
Oh, there you go. But E.T., let me tell you something. If you want to come out as gay right now, that'd be great. I'll be calling you. Then I'll be calling you the same night.
Hey, Mr. Obama, I want to give you my phone number. Matter of fact, I got the phone right here. I'm waiting on you.
Oh, yeah?
Come out the closet. I'll tell everybody you're coming out the closet. I'll announce it for you.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
I know you're gay. I already know you're gay. But I just want you to come out the closet.
Okay. I don't have a teleprompter, so I don't really know what to say next to that. But
Mr. Obama, can I ask you one question too?
Okay.
Have you and Al Sharpton ever got busy?
You know, I really love that guy since he dropped all that weight, and I love when he puts his hand in my pocket.
Yeah. I figured you did.
I'm like, I got something right here for you, Al. Stick your hand in my pocket and fish around for it a little bit.
Yeah.
If you bump into anything, that'd be great.
That sounds about right, Mr. President. That sounds about right.
Yep. I'm sure you saw the picture of me and I wish it was me. It wasn't me. It was no. It was Al Sharpton and Eric Holder. Eric Holder, who I also love when he bends me over. That's great. That's good stuff.
That's good stuff right there, huh, Mr.
That's
President?
good stuff right there.
Yeah.
Hey, did you see the picture of me in my green jumpsuit with my nut hugger on?
I saw that one. That was pretty provocative right there, Mr. President.
See? I knew E.T. was into that sort of thing. Look at this one, E.T. There's Jesse Jackson, and look at this.
I mean, that's pretty close.
He's got his hand in Holder's. I think he's touching his penis. I'm not sure.
I see that. It's like Eric Holder is overwhelming Al. For y'all.
Well, E.T., it's time to play a game. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so honored and excited to have E.T. on the show tonight. If you can't tell, I'm just bursting at the seams. And Mr. E.T. Williams, if you watch any of his videos, is the Pistol Whipper. He's Mr. Pistol Whipper. It's kind of hard to say, but he teaches Pistol Whipping 101 at the local school there. And E.T., I mean, pistol whipping is kind of a metaphor for knocking some sense into somebody, and you know, I'm not charging you with physical assault in any way, but verbally, you're gonna body slam them and pistol whip them. Is that correct, sir?
That is correct.
And I called into your show last night and asked you if you could pistol whip 3 politicians. Who would it be? And let me ask you that again, but only elected officials, not appointed officials. Who would you say?
Okay. If I was going to go with elected officials, you know who's number 1 on my schedule is we're not going to go with number 1 first. We already know the obvious number 1. Let's start with number 3.
Yeah, I'll start at 3 and climb up.
We're going to start at 3 and kind of like do the countdown.
Okay.
Mr. John, I call him Mr. John Boner. Everybody else call him Boehner. But I like to pistol whip that bastard because he like to cry a lot, you know. So if you start the pistol whipping, I mean, you get your hand right into it. When you pistol whip now, you got to get a good grip on the person when you're pistol whipping. Now you got to make sure you raise your hand all the way back when you're pistol whipping them, and you make sure every time you sock them, you snatch on it. You got to snatch it. This is the proper pistol whipping right here. And every time you hit a bastard, you make sure you clutch that fist and you twist your wrist when you go in there. Now, John Boner, he's going to start crying when you pistol whip him because he likes to cry. Like, you know, he's a big crybaby. Somebody said that somebody just killed a cockroach. He starts crying. I mean, he cries for any damn thing. He's just looking for a reason to cry. And he's going to be the first one on this, John Boner. I mean, I'm going to get a good 10 minutes of pistol whipping that bastard. I want to make sure
if he's not fake tanning, he's crying, and if he's not crying, he's playing golf with Obama, even though they're Republicans and Democrats and they're totally separate, even though they're totally the same. But who's number 2 there on the elected pistol whipping official list?
You know, it was a tough one for number 2. I had a couple of ones on the schedule I wanted to put for number 2, but I'm going to go with it was a 2-way tie. I couldn't even narrow it down to one. It was Mr. John Kerry and Miss Hillary. Both of those bastards that need to be pistol whipped at the same time. You line them up side by side, and every time you hit one, you go to the other side and clip the other one, and then you just go back and forth with that pistol whipping. Here's Hillary. Here's John. Every time you hit one, you hit him in the face, you hit her. You come back, hand, you hit her, you hit him. You pistol whip them back, and I tell you, real bloody. That's what you want to make sure the blood is dripping.
No, it sounds great, E.T., but I think there's a problem with that though, because isn't the Secretary of State, I believe, is appointed, not elected.
Oh, she's appointed. So you got 3 on the appointed list, which could be Department of Justice, Secretary of State, all these administrative departments, and then there's the elected officials, you know, Congress, President, that sort of thing. You're absolutely right. So we're going to have to actually drop them. I'm going to put Harry Reid on that list then. Number 2 is going to be Harry Reid.
Okay, there you go.
Right there. He needs to be pistol whipped for sure. He's obsessed with the Koch brothers. It's all he talks about, the Koch brothers. Oh, the Koch brothers, this, but I mean,
the Koch brothers.
He's obsessed with them. Now, that's one SOB. I will pistol whip some sense into his damn head.
Okay, that sounds good. I mean, do I have to wonder and guess who number one might be?
You don't even have to wonder who number one is. It's the one and only Mr. Bend Me Over himself, Barack Hussein Obama.
Getting that whipping?
That's going to be a 30-minute pistol whipping right there. It's going to be at least 30 minutes, minimum. 30 minutes of that pistol whipping. I'm going to try with both hands, too. I'm gonna go southpaw pistol whipping, then I'm going to revert back to the right hand. He got to get pistol whipped with both hands, 15 minutes on each hand.
Okay, there you go. You just heard it from E.T., man. Number 3 that was getting whipped was John Boner. The number 2 elected politician that got the pistol whipping was Harry Reid. And it doesn't take a genius to figure out that number 1 was Barack Obama, the president. He loses. E.T., what do you think?
Hey, I tell you, I'm thinking about bringing a university down there and start. I got one university start down in Texas, David, and I'm thinking about opening a pistol whipping university up there in California. I want you to be one of my main instructors down there in California for the pistol whipping place.
Cool. Love to. Bring it on. Hey, you want
one of the keys, though, David, is you can't show any mercy. No mercy.
we had a whole nother second class, though. So who's your top 3 appointed officials? And you can bring Kerry and Hillary back for wherever they fit in on this list. Maybe Holder gets some. Who do you think? Who's top 3?
Number 3 is going to be John Kerry, and number 2 is going to be Hillary. Just for the simple reason is that what damn difference does it make? That statement in itself should get that heifer pistol whip for an extra 5 minutes. What damn? I'm gonna tell you what damn difference does it make when I put this pistol upside your head. This is what damn difference it make, Hillary. Okay. And number 1, if
it was DLAKE and ET pissed off individuals, or if it was just random strangers that wanted to pistol whip some Americans, what difference does it make?
What difference does it make? What difference does it make, damn it? It's just 4 men are dead. What are you making a big deal about it for, David? 4 people are dead. Who gives a damn? Tell their family members to get over it.
Yeah, we had to look him in the eye, even though we didn't really look him in the eye. And here in San Diego, Hillary Clinton found out that family members from those individuals murdered in Benghazi were going to protest, and so she canceled the trip.
Oh, say it, Hillary.
Oh yeah, she didn't show up.
I'm so shocked that Hillary would not face the firing squad.
Yeah, and when Barack Obama was here, he gave a speech about income inequality. He gave a speech here in San Diego in La Jolla. Oh. The most affluent, fanciest, $1 million. Mitt Romney's got a home there. Dr. Seuss had a home there. Millions of actors have their homes there, right on the ocean, luxurious, fancy, magnificent, and totally awesome.
But David, it was for the rich community, for the poor. Damn it, that's why he did it.
Well, then go to fucking Logan Heights and Chula Vista, or Golden Hill, or.
He could have went to Compton. Why did he go to Compton and do that?
Yeah, go to Compton.
They allowed him down there. He don't need any. I don't know why he cares. Everybody loves
the president.
Why do he need Secret Service? Everybody loves him.
When was the last time the president's motorcade blocked Florence and Normandy on his way to Compton? But in Washington, D.C. just the other day, he held up traffic for hours. Everyone was pissed and expressing all their, frustration on the internet and Twitter and tweeting and all that other stuff because he stopped to play catch with a little league team, like in the most traffic congested area of Washington, D.C. Decided to make a little stop there. This is all about sports. I told you.
He's the Messiah. That's what he's supposed to do.
Hey.
He took time out for the little guy. Yeah, that's what he does. He took time for the little guy. He's so loving, man. He is such a great president, I'm telling you.
Yeah. I mean, to a little kid that just wants to play catch, and this guy comes and says, hey, you want to play catch? I mean, yeah, that's probably pretty exciting for that little kid. It'll be a story he can tell. I have a signed autograph, a framed thing from Jimmy Carter when I was a little kid. This says, thanks for helping conserve energy, D-Lake.
And you peasants, if you have to just wait in traffic, that's what you should do. Just like when Michelle went over to Hawaii and she stayed over there for a whole month and was shutting down the street. That's what peasants deserve. They are royalty, damn it. I don't understand why people are getting upset about these royalties. Barack Obama is not from here. He descended from heaven. Don't you know that, David? Give him his damn respect.
I think he wasn't born in a manger. He's from Krypton, isn't that right? And drones and predator drones. Ha ha ha.
You are becoming wiser, David. You giving him his proper respect, damn it.
And Barack Obama says, don't start your sentences with let me tell you something about the Negro, like Cliven Bundy.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, E.T., I think I've heard you start a sentence like that.
Yes. See, it's the proper way to address them.
Those coloreds, the national advancement of the colored people.
Yeah, the national advancement. That's the only language they understand. You have to call them when you get ready to address them. You guys say, "Let me tell you, Negroes, something."
Well, I mean, we're talking about liberals and Democrats here. I mean, in a subcontext, E.T. and I are kind of talking about that on if you're keeping up with all this. Malcolm X hated the Democrats, and he said they were chumps like 2 days before he got killed.
See, that's what people don't understand. As a matter of fact, David, everybody thinks that Malcolm X hated white people until he died. The funny thing about that is when he actually started speaking against the Nation of Islam and some of these fraudulent black leaders, that's what got him killed. The Negroes killed Malcolm X, not the white man. Negroes killed Malcolm X because he started telling them, maybe all white people ain't bad. They said, wait a minute, you got to die now. You don't start saying that bull crap. Whitey is the devil. And when he stopped saying white people was the devil, or when he did his trip over to Mecca and came back, you know what they said? It's time for Brother Malcolm to leave here now. He don't hate all white people no more, so it's time for him to die. And that's what got him killed.
You went to Mecca, you got this spirituality, you saw that, we're all created equal sort of thing. I mean,
that's what most people don't even understand, that it happened. And when he came back over, Louis Farrakhan, who was younger then, is one of the ones who instigated the whole Malcolm X thing, him being killed. Now, Louis Farrakhan tell you he had nothing to do with it, but his Malcolm X kids even blame Louis Farrakhan for having him killed. Now, nobody talks about that story right there. It's a known fact.
Yeah, I've heard Louis Farrakhan say some really cool and interesting stuff. It kind of sounded like he was regurgitating Malcolm X. But nowadays, he seems like he's more with Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton, race-baiting individuals into, racism.
I always tell you, you think Malcolm X would have had respect for Barack Obama? You remember how he talked about some of the, he called them house Negroes back then. You know how he would have talked about Barack Obama if he was living now? He would have had disdain for people like Barack Obama, because he hated most of the Democrats. He did.
Mm. Yeah, Harry Reid says when Barack was just a senator in Illinois, Harry Reid in his book said that he had a good shot at being the president because he was light-skinned.
Yeah.
And he didn't speak with a Negro dialect. Yeah, he didn't speak with a Negro dialect unless he wanted to, right?
It's exactly, whenever it's convenient. You know what? But you can tell, even when Barack Obama...
Yeah, so I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, if when I have E.T. on the show, if I start saying, if I start speaking in the Negro dialect, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Hey, that is the thing that I told people. When Barack Obama, even when he tries to speak with a Negro dialect, he doesn't do a very good job.
Yeah, he's like, y'all know what I'm saying?
Bill Clinton is twice as black as Barack Obama could be. Twice as black.
Yeah.
And he played the
first black president, right?
saxophone.
Yeah, is that why he was the first black president? Because he played saxophone like on Arsenio Hall show or something?
No. This is what you got to make sure you get clear on this, David. Now, Barack Obama is the first African American president. Bill Clinton was the first black president. And there's a difference. Now,
because he got a blowjob, or because he played saxophone, or why?
It's a combination.
What's so black about him?
This is the part what's so laughable.
Public Enemy was his favorite musical group.
This is the funny thing that with Bill Clinton. It was Maya Angelou who deemed him as the first black president because he played the saxophone and he spoke a little jive with Negroes and he promised them stuff like Lyndon B. Johnson promised them, like we'll have you niggas voting Democrat for the next 20 years. That's what Bill Clinton was actually saying. saying all you gotta do is tell them what they want to hear, and they'll vote for you. He hated Barack Obama. As a matter of fact, did you hear what Bill Clinton said about Barack Obama? Bill Clinton said that if Barack Obama had came up when he came up, this Negro would be fetching water for him.
Yeah. Step and fetch it and carry my bags and all that other stuff, right?
Exactly right. That's what he thought about.
He wouldn't be playing golf. He'd be the caddy.
But you damn straight he would. But and he wouldn't have a part. He'd be packing that
job because he didn't have his birth certificate.
See, they back in the day, people like Barack Obama wouldn't even get respect from black community. Not only would he not get respect from white community, nobody in the black community would respect Barack. Matter of fact, Barack Obama didn't even hang around blacks until he got into office. The only time he ever hung around blacks is when he got elected.
Well, I thought he was at the black church with the black guys that got murdered because they didn't want to find out about his gay stuff.
Now, don't forget, that's when he finally came to Chicago. When he lived in Hawaii, he never hung around a black person. Never.
Oh, yeah, in Hawaii, it was all, I mean, even if you go to Hawaii right now today, you're not going to find but a handful of black people.
That's my point. When Barack Obama was in Hawaii, he hung around. They say a black person actually visited Hawaii, and Barack Obama saw a black person. You know what he said? What the hell is that? He almost have the same skin color as I did. He didn't see blacks till he came to Chicago. He said, what the hell is this, Africa?
I mean, I don't know how things. I don't really know how things go in your family, and I don't want you to tell me. But I mean, when you look at a picture of Lily White, Stanley Ann Dunham, and you look at a picture of like super chocolate, dark black African Obama Senior, does Barack Obama look like what would be the result of those two individuals?
Have you ever seen a picture of what's the other guy's name? Frank Marshall.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I believe
that guy is the spitting image of Barack. That's what I'm trying to get at.
That's exactly right. He looks a whole lot more like Frank Marshall than he does in Obama Senior.
Yeah.
But you know what? Hey, let's be honest though. Let's be honest, David. It's a possibility that his mama don't know who the daddy is.
Yeah, I mean, she was only what, 17, 18, you know, posing naked over at Frank Marshall Davis's house while he was writing his communist pornography.
He probably passed her around that night, so we don't even really know who the daddy is anyway.
Ooh. Dun, dun, dun.
I mean, what kind of respect did he show? That's why Barack Obama is so upset right now. If a man exploits your mother like that, wouldn't you be upset too?
It's okay. I was raised by my grandparents. I'm Barack Obama.
You're exactly right.
I mean, how did you feel in like 2011 when Donald Trump was like, you know, trying to go after the birth certificate? Then the birth certificate came out, and it's like, oh, okay, the deal is done. Like Obamacare, he says, we got the 7 million. The debate is over. And the birth certificate was like, Donald Trump was coming after me, but I showed him the certificate. And everyone that looks at their certificate, I go into Illustrator. You can separate the layers. The whole thing is fake, fraudulent, and phony.
Well, the scary part about it, what happened to Donald Trump, though? After Donald Trump and the
shut up about it.
Sheriff Joe down there, all of them proved that was a false birth certificate. But why did Donald Trump be quiet after he proved it was a fake birth certificate? What happened to Donald Trump? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. I met Donald Trump.
That's the part that ought to scare you, though, David. Donald Trump is the billionaire. Everybody know that birth certificate is fake. Everybody knows it. And why did Donald Trump all of a sudden get silent after he found out it was fake?
Because he's going to make money if he stops pursuing it.
No, but he found out it was fake. So wouldn't Donald Trump release a press and say, hey, we have a president who is illegal. The birth certificate is phony. All of a sudden, Donald Trump got quiet about it. Now ask yourself, why did he get quiet?
Tell me.
Barack Obama must know some people in some high places to keep making these damn people be quiet about that phony birth certificate. Every damn body knows it's fake. Think about that. When we look back on this 40 or 50 years ago, the people who read this history are going to say, how in the hell was he allowed to stay as president knowing damn well he wasn't even born in the damn country? Why did all these people be quiet? Inquiring minds want to know. I want to know what kind of dirt.
I want to know too, man.
Huh?
I want to know too. Interesting question that you posed. And I mean, I don't want us to to be banned by mainstream media everywhere for they might suggest this conversation that we're birthers. And they're like, oh, you care where the president was born at? Well, hell yeah, we do. He's a usurper. He's an illegal president.
That's what gets me.
Done and said should be out the window.
Now, David, this is another question I got to ask you. Since Donald Trump knows I got more respect for Sheriff Joe down in Arizona than I have with a whole lot of people, because he went all the way through it, and he even said, I've showed this to all these senators in Congress, including Republicans and Democrats. He said nobody would do anything about it, even though this proved that he wasn't born in this country. Now, you think about that. That's why I don't have respect for the Republicans either. They all know that this is a fake birth certificate, but no bastard would do anything about it. That's all you need to know. That's why I don't have no respect for politicians now. None. They know it's a fake birth certificate. That's including all these. You can name Ted Cruz. You can name Alan Ware. You can name every last one of these bastards. They know that this birth certificate is fake, but nobody will do anything about it. That in itself should make you just wonder what the hell Barack Obama has on them.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that was right around the time of May 1st, 2011, when Barack Obama came out and said, hey, we finally got Osama bin Laden after 10 years. After 10 years of him doing nothing compared to what he supposedly did on 9/11.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. Whenever something comes up, notice that Barack Obama does something to deviate from his scandal. Even though he don't have to do anything, because the media is not going to do anything to him anyway. If they had Barack Obama on tape murdering somebody, and you tell his followers, hey, Barack Obama, we got him on videotape as killing somebody. We got the audio tape video. He said he killed him. You know what they would say? You are effing racist for even bringing that up. You are damn right. They don't want the truth. They do not want the truth. There's nothing you can say to turn these people against Barack Obama. That's including the media. That's including all of it. They will not turn against this man. I don't know what he has on them, but it blows my mind that he's allowed to stay in office day after day. He mocks our system. Day after day, he is not going to be removed. I told people before the election, Barack Obama will never be impeached. If they were going to impeach this bastard, they would have impeached him already. He will not be impeached. And I keep telling everybody, Dave, the only way Barack Obama is going to ever get out of office if the military removes him. Because when 2016 comes around, I'm not even sure that he's going to step down. I'm not absolutely sure on that deal yet.
Right. I've always kind of taken I've more so taken the position that, lawyers, lawmakers, using the Constitution, the supreme law of the land, those are the weapons that we could use to bring them down, in the information war. And but you're right. It might need to go beyond that in the way that, the military might need to be involved. Similar to say something like what happened in Egypt, and if Mohammed Morsi in Egypt, who's in prison right now, because him and the Muslim Brotherhood over there in Egypt got locked up by the Egyptian army and General al-Sisi, and but if Barack Obama propped up and supported, and his brother and family reportedly helped prop up and support the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt, well, shouldn't they be in jail with Mohammed Morsi and the Muslim Brotherhood?
See, you just proved my point again. Without congressional approval, Barack Obama aided and abetted the Egyptians. Now, it's a known fact that the Muslim Brotherhood was on the terrorist watch list by our government. We already knew there was terrorists. But Barack Obama takes money and weapons. He gives them helicopters, he gives them planes, he gives them tanker trucks, and he gives them money to prop up a terrorist organization, and we still leave him in office. Now, the Egyptian people say, that's enough of that crap. The army said, we're going to rise up. The people rose up, and they did away with him. Just kind of like the Operation American Spring is trying to do, but without the weapons now. But I keep telling them, Barack Obama's not going anywhere. He's really trying to break down our military. He doesn't want the military to be wrong. He wants only people in there who will shoot and fire on American people, and he wants people in there who will do what he says do, without question. Loyalty without question. That's what Barack Obama wants.
Well,
and it's scary. It's a scary time we're in right now. People don't realize. Now, I always tell people, don't say you think you really want to get to the bottom of things, and you think you really willing to take the sacrifice. I get threatened on a daily basis. Daily do I get threatened by them telling me to shut up. From the Jews to the Muslims to the Obama fans to the communists to the socialists every day. And it's a consequence. All the good men, when they start speaking out, eventually they come up missing. And you almost got to be, if you ain't willing to die for what you stand for, you might as well stop talking right now, because it may take that right now. The way that we are going with this society and the corruption that's going on in this society, the Harry Reids, the Barack Obama, all these frauds who are in, the senators and congressmen, think about this. When they passed Obamacare, a man who was like Justice Roberts, who seemingly was an intelligent man, Justice Roberts all of a sudden temporarily lost his mind. Barack Obama said Obamacare was not a tax. Justice Roberts come in and says, I don't give a damn what the president says. I'm going to make it a tax so we can pass it. Then he said, put that thing through. Now, you got to ask yourself, why would a man like Justice Roberts, who has made all these wise decisions, seem to be a smart man, would all of a sudden do a 360 and turn around and make up something so he can pass Obamacare through? Now, you tell me Barack Obama don't have men in high places with a bunch of dirt on these people? Why would he lose his mind all of a sudden like that? This is Justice Roberts' Supreme Court. He had never made a bad decision like that before. All of a sudden, he had the deciding vote. And all of a sudden, temporarily, because everybody thought it was a slam dunk if Justice Roberts was going to side. But all of a sudden, Justice Roberts said, you know what? If the government wants to tax you, they have a right to tax you. Now, Barack Obama, Jay Cornyn, and everybody else had already told you it wasn't a tax. So you can't implement a tax when the president and Jay Cornyn and everybody else said it wasn't a tax. He said it on George Stephanopoulos' show time and time again. It's not a tax. And George Stephanopoulos even said, well, how do you have a right to implement force somebody a penalty for something that should be unconstitutional? And Justice Roberts still went through with this law. That should scare every damn body. We're living in dangerous times with these people. These people have no scruples whatsoever. None. And if you don't hear from me anymore, you'll know what happened.
Yeah, but Barack Obama, when he wasn't golfing, he went on to Between Two Ferns, and he went on the Ellen DeGeneres show, and they got like 7 million people to sign up for Obamacare. So I mean, and the debate is over.
And half of those haven't even paid.
Whoa! The debate is over, E.T.
And guess what, David? Half of those ain't even paid. They signed up for it,
right?
But they didn't even pay for it.
And it's disproportionate that it's like a bunch of old sick people and not the young, healthy, young invincibles that they kept calling them. Oh, you guys are invincible. You're invincible. Just pay. Just give us the money. Just sign up now. Come on. Go to the website that doesn't work, and it doesn't work on purpose. And now we've spent billions of dollars on websites in every state that don't work.
And that's the sad part about it. Look how they ran the VA. They ran that in the ground. And he's gonna get to the bottom of that too.
Exactly.
They ran the VA in the ground, but we want to let them be in charge of Obamacare when they did. Look what they did with the VA.
Okay, whoa. VA is government health care, right?
Yeah.
The Veterans Administration. And what's been going on this week? E.T., just lay it on me, man. Give me this VA scandal.
See, this is what they do. They actually have 2 lists. This is the scary part about the government. This is how dirty and corrupt these bastards are. They have 2 lists. One list said your waiting list time is this. It makes you look good with the funding. Over here, we got a list that you've been waiting to die. We don't give a damn about you dying. They literally are letting the VA people die and suffer and pretending like they're giving them help. After they die, they wipe it off the books. They got this sickness list over here. And they're systematically letting the veterans die. They're saying, we know that you went over there and fought for us in war, but we don't give a damn. Your time is up. It's time for you to go. We just want your money. That's what you're saying, Mr. President, isn't it? He's literally saying that I'm going to allow the VA people to die. We don't care about you dying. As long as we're looking good, nobody says anything about it. And then he comes out and make a speech and say, you know what? I don't like what's going on, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. Just like he got to the bottom of Benghazi. He ain't going to do a damn thing about this, like he's not done a damn thing about nothing else. That's who Barack Obama is, damn it. He will never do anything about any scandal, because if he did do something about it, he would have to lock his own dumbass self up. Think he's going to lock himself up? Hell no, he's not going to lock himself up.
Yeah, and he'll just get Holder to investigate it, or get Holder to investigate himself some more.
You're exactly right. And he's done a good job investigating himself. That's how we got to the bottom of Fast and the Furious. Oh, I'm sorry. We didn't get to the bottom of it. Executive privilege. We just closed the documents up. My fault.
Wait, you're saying we haven't got to the bottom of Fast and the Furious there yet?
You only sold 2,000 weapons to the notorious drug cartel. Do you know where those weapons at? Don't have a clue where those weapons are at now.
Well, I know that they killed a couple of Border Patrol agents.
What damn difference does that make, David? What damn difference does it make? Does it make any difference? Hillary said, what damn difference does it make?
I mean, what difference does it make?
I mean, if people got to lose their life for the bigger cause, hey, that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. E.T., man, I really appreciate you coming on to the show today, man.
Hey, no problem, David.
I think it's been a great show. Like I said at the beginning of the show and all throughout, E.T. is just a superstar. He's like the hardest working guy on YouTube, in my opinion. And you're a book author, too. Isn't that right, E.T.?
Yeah, I did write a couple of them. One of them is Whatever Happened to Common Sense. Probably need to give it to one of your liberal friends. And the other one is Your Cow is Not Holy.
Yeah, Your Cow is Not Holy. Yeah, I like that title. I need to get that. Where can I get that?
You can go to the website. It's also at Amazon. Go to Amazon. You click in those titles, it'll pull up at Amazon too.
All right, and throw out your website and let everyone else know where they can find you.
Whatever Happened to Common Sense is the website, and if you're looking for me on YouTube, if you type in either the Doctor of Common Sense, or if you just type in Promoting Common Sense day by day, it would also come in with all the YouTube videos.
Oh yeah, Promoting Common Sense day by day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Common Sense Nation on Blog Talk Radio. What's up with that BTR show? When's that on?
That's on every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central Time. We're on every Wednesday. We thought about adding some more shows, but we're waiting on that now. We may add a couple more shows, but right now we're on every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central Time, Blog Talk Radio. It's called the Common Sense Nation.
And that's awesome, man. And the reason I like you, man, is because you're like me. You're a newsie. You're a news hound. I mean, even the show, we're just flowing like, oh, you heard about this? Hell yeah, I heard about that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know all about that, too. Yeah. Like,
see, that's what I kind of like to try to be a little bit more diverse because, you know, some guys may just talk about one topic or two topics or three. I like to talk about sports. I talk about politics. I like to talk about just about any stories in the news.
Well, usually on the Media Speaks Saturday shows, we like to wrap up the shows in the last 10, 15 minutes or so. We can go a little bit here, but we talk entertainment news. Have you seen or read or heard anything entertaining, E.T., lately?
I've heard a lot of positive things about Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. They're out there about to get married. I'm so excited about their marriage because technically Kanye West said he wished the media would just go away and stop hounding him. But every time you see his wife or his future wife, the heifer's on TV with her breasts and everything out, and then they said don't talk about it because he don't want people to be like the man is literally trying to get over on him and his wife. This heifer is in the news. Every time you look around, Kim Kardashian comes outside begging for attention. I think she needs to do another video, maybe one of those sex-rated videos or something. Get her some more attention.
I mean, nearly naked, just blur out the illegal parts for the video. Yeah. PG, make it PG-13.
They want you to believe that they don't have anything. Now, don't forget now, Beyonce, I told people I did a couple videos. Beyonce's little sister jumped on Jay-Z in the elevator. I don't know if you saw that one or not.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
She's pretty. I think she's been taking some Taebo or some karate or something. Because the way she was kicking, even though she was being held back, she's been getting some proper training. I like that.
Oh, you like her front kicks? They're pretty solid.
Her front kicks were strong. I mean, straight ahead too with force on there. And then she got up in his face, and Beyonce was just playing like the noble sister. She didn't want to get involved, you know, in a family fight. So she just let him go at it.
Oh, but no, yeah.
They did kissy like everything was okay.
But I like Beyonce. She just kind of like sunk back into the bushes like Homer Simpson, just like peace out.
She said, "I'm used to this. That's how they act. I'm used to this." My sister act like this all the time, you know. The ghetto came out in her. You can take them out the ghetto, but you can't take that ghetto out of them.
Well, see, that's the thing. I mean, that probably happens all the time, but that particular time, it leaked on the internet on TMZ. I heard that
the guy who got fired.
The guy at the hotel got fired, right?
The guy at the hotel got fired after leaking that video.
I was just gonna say the same thing. Well, how come Vanessa isn't Stiviano or whatever isn't getting fired or prosecuted for illegally recording Donald Sterling? I mean, maybe his statements were racist, but to me it sounded like an old guy that was like, "Hey, just don't take Just don't post those pictures with you and the black guys or Magic Johnson. I don't like him.
No. See, it goes further than that. If he had just said, you know what, I don't like you taking pictures with that black guy, he just left it at that. He went on and on, and people don't. Yeah. People don't know about the history of Donald Sterling. When Elvin, I don't know if you know who Elgin Baylor is. He used to be the president of basketball over there at the Clippers. He accused Donald Sterling of this same thing years ago. He even filed a lawsuit saying that this is how this man was. Everybody ignored the damn lawsuit. And I said, it's some credence. I said, because he ain't the kind of guy who just makes this stuff up on the guy. And he said that this guy would say all kinds. Now, he owns an apartment complex and said the same thing. Now, this is the problem I have. The reason I don't feel much sympathy for Donald Sterling for two reasons. First of all, he is a racist. But second
he's a
thing,
mark. You know what he is? No, man. You know what he is? He's a mark. He's a mark. He's a mark because they knew all this about him, and then they sent in Vanessa to get the recording, so now they can take the team, and Oprah's involved. I know it.
Hey, but this is how to prove something to Donald Sterling. He ought to be smarter. If you're gonna pimp a hoe, you gotta understand how to pimp hoes properly. Then, Donald, if this heifer, you should never record. You got some whore you are laying up with. Why would he let this be talking about this on the phone with her in the first place? He should be smarter. He's an effing billionaire. If he's that stupid, she's a hollerback girl. Now, you should have knew that she was a hollerback girl. I ain't no hollerback girl. Ain't no hollerback. He should have knew that she only wanted. You know, this is what he said afterwards. He said, I thought she really loved me for me. Did you look in the mirror, you old bastard, you? Hell no, she don't love your wrinkled ass. She wanted the money to
nothing to do with that money.
And all she saw is money signs on him. See, everybody knew she was a gold digger. Everybody knew she was a whore. The problem is, how can a billionaire let somebody as stupid as this woman get over on him like this?
Because he's getting old and senile, and how come she's not being prosecuted for elder abuse?
Hey, this is another thing.
Ageism.
Hey, no offense. No offense. Everybody says she's so beautiful. No offense. She ain't that pretty to me, damn it. He could have got a better looking one than that if he wants to spend his money. Yeah. Look, for two Rolls Royces and a Ferrari and a $1.8 billion two duplex, that's the best you can get, damn it. You can go better than that. I need to show him how to. If he gonna actually spend that kind of money,
she's not even worth one Ferrari.
Exactly. For two Rolls Royces, a Ferrari, and a home worth $1.8 billion, that's the best you can do. He ain't getting this money for it, man. He ain't getting a good pimp.
Oh man, but do you ever take time to relax, chill out, watch a movie? I mean, I don't know, kids movie.
Hey,
what do you got? Have you seen anything good lately?
I love good movies. I actually went and saw Spider-Man again, believe it or not. I actually thought it was a lot of action. It was a pretty good movie.
The new Amazing Spider-Man 2?
I like all kind of movies. I like all kind of movies. I like action. I like dramas. I'll comedies. I'll watch just about anything that's a good written movie. I don't like movies that's not well written though.
Did you see Ride Along? I just watched that the other night.
Didn't see that.
With Ice Cube and Kevin Hart. It's pretty damn funny, dude. I was laughing throughout. It's good action and comedy. It's a good one. Yeah. It reminded me of like Beverly Hills Cop.
There's a new movie coming out. I can't remember. It's supposed to be like a spy movie. I want to actually see that one too. It's Scarlett Johansson's playing on there. Have you ever seen a movie it was called Salt with Angela Jolie? She was a spy, like a Russian spy.
Yeah,
it's gonna be kind of like that movie, like that. I heard it's supposed to be pretty good. I might check that one out.
She's gonna be like a spy, Scarlett Johansson. That sounds pretty good.
Spy, yeah. I like those guys. I don't know if you ever seen Hitman with I forgot the guy who plays on Hitman. That's one of the best written movies I've seen, man, ever. I love that movie. If you ever get a chance to see Hitman, it's an older movie now, but it's called Hitman. He goes over and assassinate the Russian president, and the dude is so cold-blooded, man. The way he assassinates people, it's amazing.
I like that guy, that actor. I can't remember his name.
I can't remember his name, man, but it's a fascinating movie.
But I think he was the same guy. There's this other movie called A Perfect Getaway, where they like go to an island and it's a thriller twist kind of movie. That's a good one too.
He's the same guy who played on The Crazies. I don't know if you've seen the movie called The Crazies.
Yeah. The airplane crashes and everyone's goes nuts.
Everybody just goes nuts in town.
But see, isn't that messed up though? Because I mean, could that really happen with like a crazy chemical plane?
You damn right it probably. I don't know if you go crazy, like you may just die, but it can easily happen because I mean the way that I don't know if you, but I don't trust the government. I don't trust anything they say. I don't trust anything. It may be contaminating our water right now for all we know.
Oh man, So much more we could talk about, but I think it's been a great show, man. We did a solid hour. Thanks so much, ET, for coming on the show, baby. Woo! Oh, yeah, pump it up.
I appreciate it, David.
I don't got the music set up, but thanks again, everyone. Check out all the cool places that ET said you can find him. Just look up the Doctor of Common Sense on YouTube. That's how I find him all the time. And, look for us on Facebook, DLAKE for PREZ, David Lake, themediaspeaks.com. Check out this Saturday's show at 11 a.m. Pacific. And check out the work of the other guys on the show, Kyle Phillips, Anthony Court, and Sam I.B. I'm David Lake signing out. Thanks again, ET.
I appreciate it, David.
Cool.